Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Live Show. This is episode 403, and it is your review of Season 1, Episode 1 of Creature Commandos. As always, this is the Nerd. You're going to hear the host of the show, alongside my wonderful co-host, Brad Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? One wonderful Sunday. Sunday.
Yeah, man. Man, it's been a Sunday, Brad. I'll tell you that. Yeah.
I haven't done shit.
Shit. Man, I spent my day with my grandma and my dad and my brother. We watched. Did the Cowboys lose today? Because that's really what's gonna pick up my.
One can hope.
Yeah. Fucking hope, right? Yeah. No, the Dallas Cowboys won. Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
But really, is it that much of an achievement when you beat a team that's gone 3-11 this season? I mean, you're practically having a mid-off. Yeah. 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 So I went and did that. Yesterday I had a fucking party with my I had a party with my friends for Christmas and housewarming. So I got home late and I slept late. So I was like, man, I was a bit out of it today. I'm like sleepy, just tired. But yeah, I just hung out with my grandma, man. Yesterday we did the final High Flyer Radio of the year. For a while. Not just the year. For a while. And that went pretty well. And yeah, Keon's the new High Flyer Radio champion. And he's probably gonna be the longest reigning champion forever.
Yeah, probably.
Undefeated. He's gonna be on a Bruno Sammartino run. But yeah, that's all I've done, Brad. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. Keon's just gonna be Roman Reigns coming out every other week, raising his hand, pointing to the sky, saying "acknowledge me," and then going back to the back. That's how it's gonna go.
Jeez, man. Oh man. Well, man, that's really how it's gonna be. What you been doing what you been doing today, Brad?
Today I haven't really been doing much. I haven't been feeling great, so.
No? What happened, man?
I just have a cold. I've been having a cold for the past fucking 3 days, so I'm just trying to recuperate. I did watch I watched almost 3 movies yesterday. So 2 of those were The Bike Riders and The Critic, and there was a third one, but I'm not going to mention it because it will probably be on my list.
Derpy, what's up, Derpy? The crew's back. Fuck yeah, we are. Yeah, you watched The Critic and Bike Riders. Brad, I didn't even know The Critic was a thing. Yeah. I mean, when you sent me that message, I was like, okay, guess I'm just not watching that shit. I was like, I didn't even watch it. I haven't watched The Bike Riders either.
I mean, I don't think either of those are going to be on your list if they're not going to be on my list. So
yeah.
Bike Riders was meh at best. And then the critic had good moments, but for some reason the cinematography was wretched. Like their lighting was off. They used these lens flare for all of the lights. So it looked like Star Trek for no reason of looking like Star Trek. It's like, what are we doing? But Ian McKellen was great in it. That was kind of the shining. Him and another actress. I sent her your name, or her name.
Fuck, I can't remember, but I know you sent me the name. Let me see. But yeah, I was like, Brad, I don't know what movie that is, Brad. I don't know who that is. I was like,
Gemma Arterton.
Yeah.
So the scenes with them was really, really great. But other than that, I don't think either of those two are going to make it on my list. That's why I'm able to talk about it. But I have watched 11 movies.
11 movies?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're still going strong, man. You're still going strong. You got more to catch up on. Did you get to watch Long Legs or not?
No.
No. So
I watched Wild Robot instead.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, you got some more to go to, Brad. You got more to go to. So, yeah. I hope you watch some more, man. I'm impressed. You're actually getting through them. You should probably sit down and watch the movie for tomorrow, though. But yeah.
I already did.
So you did? Nice. Okay, cool.
I watched Rio Lobo today.
Nice. But yeah, man, we're here to talk about the first episode of Creature Commandos. This is the first ever product entry, whatever you want to call it, into the new DC universe that's being run and being spearheaded by James Gunn. This is the first thing that he's worked on for this universe.
Wasn't Peacemaker technically his first thing?
It's just there's stuff that is canon.
Yeah.
But this is the first thing under DC Studios.
With him running it.
With him running it.
But Peacemaker is his...
Peacemaker's canon.
Okay.
The characters, a Blue Beetle, are canon, but that movie's not canon. It's really weird.
All right.
It's really weird.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It's just it's really odd when you start to really put everything into it. Yeah, Peter Safran and James Gunn and Peter Safran. So this is the first show. So Brad, I guess we should probably get into it, right?
Yeah, probably.
All right, man. So if you haven't watched this first episode of Creature Commandos, you should probably get out of here if you care about spoilers. But if you don't care about spoilers, or you've already seen the first episode, go ahead and stay. Either way, how it goes. This is your only spoiler warning, and it is in effect after these words from our sponsors in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Today's episode of the Nerdcore Live Show is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off with code TheNerdCore. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video. All right, man. Brad, I've got the info pulled up here and ready to go and get this thing going. So, of course, this is episode 1, the Collywobbles. The Collywobbles. Amanda Waller assembles the Creature Commandos led by General Rick Flag Sr. and sends them to Bokolistan to protect Princess Ilana Rostovich. And the episode is directed by the voice direction is done by Charlie Adler. Animation is directed by Doug Williams. And the episode is directed overall by Matt Peters. Created for television by James Gunn, written by James Gunn, based on the comic by J.M. DeMatteis and Pat Broderick. The episode stars Indra Varma, Sean Gunn, Alan Tudyk, Zoe Chow, David Harbour, Frank Grillo, Maria Bakalova, Viola Davis, Jake Tapper, Julian Kostov, Nikolai Stoylov, and Tony Cavallero. Yeah. And let's see, we got any trivia here? That's funny. The foreign language they speak in Pokolistan appears to just be Bulgarian. Makes sense since Maria Bakalova is Bulgarian.
All right.
Yeah. G.I. Robot says he's been wanting to kill Nazis with a friend for 74 years, 23 days, and 52 minutes. Presuming this is set to take place around when it initially aired, this means he last killed Nazis or killed Nazis with a friend in mid-November 1950, a little over 5 years after the end of World War II on September 2nd, 1945. Yeah. When the old woman who is monitoring the Frankenstein mansion opens up her contact list, it's in Bulgarian and includes the following contacts. Dimitrova Irina, Dobrev Peter, Filipov Ivan, Frankenstein Eric, Gruev Antonin, and Hasrov Hosta. Of course, the one she taps and calls is Eric Frankenstein. All right, man. Brad, what are your initial thoughts on this first episode of Creature Commandos?
First, let me start off by saying, of course, that I have no idea of anything on the show.
Yeah.
I don't know most of these characters. I know the Weasel, and I know...
Weasel, man.
I mean,
Rick Flag
I guess,
Sr., you know?
Yeah, I guess I knew I guess I knew of Rick Flag,
And Amanda
Senior,
Waller.
because there was a Rick Flag Jr. and Amanda Waller, who of course is again voiced by Viola Davis, who is the only person who could possibly play that character. I think it's good. I mean, I enjoyed it. I think it's funny where it needs to be funny. It does remind me a lot of Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad, not
the
Suicide
Suicide,
Squad
the
2020,
Suicide, not
2016, right?
yeah, the second
Yeah.
one.
The Suicide Squad.
The Suicide. It reminds me a lot of that, which is good because I enjoyed that because a lot of action, a lot of humor. Yeah, I'm looking forward to more episodes of this. I think the animation is great. I thought the music used in it was great. I like a lot of these characters that hopefully I get to learn more about, like Dr. Phosphorus.
Yeah.
He seems to be very interesting. They all seem to be interesting.
Yeah. Man, Brad, I had fun with this episode, man. I think that this is a good way to start off this show. It really does carry the feeling of the Suicide Squad, of James Gunn's The Suicide Squad.
Mhm.
Loved seeing the Weasel back in there. I was like, yeah, I even texted Brad. I was like, fuck yeah, they brought back the Weasel. Yeah. Yeah, that cute little weirdo.
The only thing to survive.
Yeah, the only thing that survived that fucking attack on that beach, bro. Yeah. The freaking Weasel, man. I really like the cast here. We have a really good voice cast that I think is gonna be really impressive during this season. You know, I love Maria Bakalova. You know, Frank Grillo is great. Alan Tudyk is always iconic when it comes to his voice roles.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Gunn as well is a great voice actor and a great motion capture
you knew
actor.
Sean Gunn was going to be in this.
Oh yeah, of course. Indira Varma, didn't expect to see her in this, but I'm really happy to see her. She's great, man. I of course remember her from what's it called? I believe she was one of the Sand Snakes in Game of Thrones, right? I can actually check.
Maybe.
No. She was but she was also Tala in Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yes, she was she's not. Yeah, she's Ilaria Sand, who was the woman that was married to Martell, to what's it called? The one that the Mountain murdered his children.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. But if I remember correctly, if I'm remembering that correctly, but yeah. So yeah, the cast looks impressive, man. It really does. I of course Viola Davis, Brad. You know, I don't think that character will ever see anybody else play her. Like
no,
that's her role.
A long time.
Yeah. Until we're into like our 6th reboot of this universe, whatever. You know,
however long it takes.
Yeah, but she's just always gonna be that because she's so iconic in that role, and she, you know, ever since like literally one of the only good things about Suicide Squad 2016, bro.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
the only thing that continued on, other than I think Rick Flag Jr. was in both.
Oh yeah. And Brad, I was gonna say, you know how Peacemaker is canon because of what's it called? She brings up the fact that her daughter, you know, exposed her.
Yeah. Remember? And also they brought up the starfish incident.
Yep.
When talking about the Weasel.
Oh yeah. Everything that happened in that, I can't remember the name of that country. But yeah, wherever they were at. But yeah, dude, pretty damn good first episode. I love what they're doing with fucking what's his name, Rick Flag and the princess.
Yeah, the princess
did not expect all that.
Yeah, I mean, this is an adult show. This is not meant for kids. Which, you know, if it's kind of like the Suicide Squad, but with monsters, technically the monster team, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Also, I want to know the back history of GI Robot because, you know, some of the stuff that he was spouting kind of made me laugh. Will you kill Nazis with me?
It's really funny, man. Like, but I mean, you expect that when it comes to James Gunn and what he does.
Yeah, there's gonna be humor.
Because he's always got that humor, and his humor is always like you either like it or you're annoyed by it.
Mm-hmm.
And so far in this first episode, Not annoyed by it one at all. Well, one bit.
No, I thought it had a good pacing to it. Um, I did like the voice acting in it, and a lot of the characters I want to learn more about through this show. So
Yeah.
I think it started out well.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Um, I don't exactly understand. Like, I'm still not sure exactly where we're going here, but I think that it's got some ground for some interesting stuff here. You think I would love to just see fucking Peacemaker come out in this and being voiced by Cena. I think that would
Hmm.
be fucking fantastic. Um, but it looks like they're pretty much the main thing is that they need to protect this princess because somebody is trying to kill her.
Yeah, yeah, and they're technically U.S. allies because, of course, cheap oil.
Exactly. And I love the whole digs that like what's it called and to all the crazy woke feminists, like why do only the girls get cool waterfalls? Yeah. So you know exactly who's writing this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but I don't know, Brad. What do you like? What about this show? Like, do you think will set it apart from Suicide Squad? Because this really does feel like Like from this first episode, I'll be honest, it feels like Suicide Squad without, of course, the robot. I mean, the chip planted in their brain that kills them.
Yeah, but they also have the electric shock, so maybe they
Yeah.
learn not to kill them, because they're hard to like exchange.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. I think it's going to be mainly the different characters, and we haven't had enough time to know the back histories of these characters and stories because, like the Suicide Squad, like we know about Harley Quinn, like we know the backstory of Harley Quinn, like it's not really changing. Um, there were a few other characters. In the Suicide Squad that we knew about. There were some we didn't, and the more interesting ones thought were the ones we didn't know about. And so that's why I think this show is going to be different in the fact that we get to learn more about these characters that I don't know anything about.
Yeah.
Other than I know the Weasel survived, but that's all I've known about the Weasel. And then even Rick Flag Sr., I don't know much about Rick Flag Sr. because we've always been dealing with Rick Flag Jr. in the past.
Yeah. And then, I mean, but he even acknowledges his kid. Like, so his kid's dead. I mean,
Yeah,
Rick Flag Jr.'s
we
dead.
knew that. Like,
Yeah, Rick Flag Jr.'s dead.
Yeah.
If you guys don't remember the Suicide Squad, he fucking got killed.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a while. Brad, that shit came out in what, 2018? Or was it 2019? It came out in 2019, bro.
It's been a long time. It was
enough time, bro. I would be honest, if you're watching Creature Commandos, chances are that you've already watched, I don't know, I'm pretty sure you've already watched
a lot of
the Suicide Squad,
the DC universe a lot.
Yeah, you've watched the Suicide Squad, you watched Peacemaker season 1, and but hey man, the episode's good. It's a good introduction into these characters, a good introduction into like basically the whole revolving story here about this princess. And by judging off the little trailer they gave at the end, seems that Rick Flag Sr. and the princess are gonna get to know each other pretty well.
Very well.
Yeah. So yeah.
No matter how many times Rick Flag Sr. runs away.
Yeah, I do want to see what they're gonna do with the whole Themyscira stuff. I do want to know.
Yeah,
I do want to see how they're gonna involve.
Do you think we get a Wonder Woman cameo?
Yeah. No, because I don't think that role is cast yet. So, like, when it comes to the Trinity, Brad. Well, no, I don't think you get Superman because you really don't want to spoil Superman.
No, I mean
we already have movies next year,
and we already have Batman.
Yeah,
technically.
Yeah, technically you already have Batman. Well, yeah, but ground has been very silent when it comes to the Brave and the Bold and what they're doing with that DC Universe's Batman. To me, honestly, man, you really need it. Like, the Batman is what you need right now. Just keep it like that. Don't even involve a Batman in there. But hey, man, if you want to sell this universe, you got to have Batman in there. You got to have the whole complete Trinity. Yeah. So I don't think we'll see a Superman. I don't think we'll see a fucking
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. I don't think we'll see a Batman.
Even though they outright blatantly throw out the mascara.
Yeah. But let me check this here because I believe our next project after this would be Superman, right? Or is it gonna be another one of these shows?
And then then we have The Bride and we have Frankenstein.
Yeah.
So are we getting into like Justice League Dark with that?
I would hope so, Brett. I think that was one of his announced projects that they're working on.
Is that still gonna be Guillermo?
No. But remember, Brad, they just announced it, by the way, which fucking awesome. They're working on a Clayface film. Inside of the world of, the Batman, I think, is what they said.
Well, and this is gonna be very interesting because I wonder who's going to play Clayface.
Yeah.
Because the Penguin episode, there's a character in there whose last name is the same as Clayface, the character. There is a Karloff.
Yeah. So here we go, Brad. Here's what the whole thing is. So as in films, okay, so 2025, yeah, this year we only get Superman, July 11th. And when it comes to shows, there's a Swamp Thing film, Brad.
Okay. Yeah, they've been. I thought there was a Swamp Thing show before.
Yeah. Oh, so wait, okay, so yeah, season 2 of Peacemaker comes out in August of 2025. Okay. So if we don't get something that will give us the indication of where we're going with Superman, I think that we're gonna get something about like Peacemaker. So, yeah, they're doing a fucking Waller show.
Honestly, they just need to do a live action of The Mask of the Phantasm. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, but yeah, man, Brad, I think I'm gonna be comfortable enough to give this a 7.25 out of 10. I think this is good ground to start with. Nothing that I'm amazed by. I am entertained by it though, and I'm interested to see where we go from here.
Yeah, I'm kind of right in that area. I think I enjoyed this first episode a little more than the Skeleton Crew. So then we'll give it a slightly higher at 7.5 out of 10 because I did enjoy a little bit more than Skeleton Crews, at least the first episode. And so we'll go from there. But I'm in agreement with you. I wasn't blown away by anything, but it did bring me into this world that I'm not particularly knowledgeable on, and I want to see more of it.
Nice. All right, man. With that said, that concludes our review of Creature Commandos episode 1. We'll be back next week for Creature Commandos episode 2. And of course, we'll be back tonight after Doom Prophecy episode 5 to discuss that episode. And then we'll see you guys next week. Of course, make sure you follow us at thenerdcore.com, Twitter at the Nerdcore, Instagram at the Nerdcore, Letterboxd at the Nerdcore, TikTok at the Nerdcore, Patreon.com/the Discord link is in the description below. Subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, leave a like on the video, comment, leave a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app of choice, and follow us on that app. All that helps us out so much. And be here for Doom Prophecy episode 5. I'm really, really hoping that we continue to streak with episode 5 going into this, episode 4 going into episode 5, where it's going to be a really good episode.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's it called? Because last week's episode was really good, and I hope that this week's episode is good too.
Same.
But yeah, man, this starts our reviews of Creature Commandos. I'm really excited to see where they take this, and we'll be back next week for more Commandos. But stay tuned and join us like around 9:10, 9:15 for Doom Prophecy episode 5.
Yep.
Brad, send him out of here.
All right, Raul. Thank you for being host as always. Thank you to Derpy Entertainment for joining us in chat today. Thank you to our listeners out there, our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And I guess the only thing I got to say is don't be a Nazi if GI Robot's around. Young Yoda out.